Hello Intertubers and welcome to How to Play Frontier Part 5. So, what I want to do in this episode is kill somebody and get paid for it. Which is to say, I want to pick up a mission like this one. But probably not this specific one. This specific one has a lot of problems, like not paying me enough. That's a major downer. Also, when you use these missions, you get told when and where, which in this case would be Gordon Town in Beta Hydri. Now, I could get there no problem. Beta Hydri is down here, certainly reachable in the time they give me. But Gordon Town is here. It's an open-air starport. I'd rather avoid that. There's too many things that can go wrong. So what I'm going to do instead is going to do some touristy stuff, visit some interesting systems, and if I see a good assassination mission, I'll take it. Also, I seem to have forgotten to install a radar mapper. And this is really cutting into my space, actually. So anyway, next stop is this bunch of letters and numbers, which is just a fairly uninteresting industrial system. I'll trade luxury goods. Let's see. And I don't trust that bulletin board, so I'm going to turn it over. Is this any better? Ah, okay. Oh, this is annoying. Sorry. I need to get more space from somewhere, and I guess I'll temporarily throw away a shield generator. The reason for that is so I can fit this passenger cabin. And that's all for this mission. Payment of 480 for passage on a fast ship. However, it's passage to Van Manen's star. Do I need a permit, and if so, can I have one? Yeah, I'm just doing that mission for the permit. Meanwhile, another assassin mission. How do I find this guy? Leaving Allison in Groombridge 34. Now that actually sounds pretty convenient, right? I can hit at Groombridge after Van Manen's star, but beware, ternary system. It's going to take me probably too long to get there. The trouble is, if you arrive in the system too early, then it spooks the target and they run. Well, good job it wasn't. Good job they weren't leaving from here. No. And this place is thoroughly awful, 662 AU. No, they're only leaving from one of these systems here, Allison, which is just 126 AU out, but that's still probably too far. In order to catch them, I'd have to arrive early, which would spook the target and they wouldn't get on board the ship. So you just can't do assassination missions to places that it's that obnoxious to get to. At least I've never found a way of making them work. And that would seem to be it. So this is a weird place. Belongs to the Guardians of the Free Spirit, which is a weird religious group, and they believe in, well, they certainly don't believe in having fun. Look at this. Like, almost anything you'd want to trade is illegal. No real imports or exports. In fact, the only reason I'm going here is for the permit that lets me go here. Now, you can, of course, trade something illegal and hope for the best. But I don't really want to do that right now, so I'm going to make an absolutely pitiful profit by trading air processors, since that's like the only thing these clowns will buy. Actually, they have a space station. I prefer the station. Alright, so let's pick up this gigantic payout of 480. Interesting. Epsilon Eridani, London Depot, 5th of January. Panther Clipper. Well, technically made on 5th of January, okay. Now that's actually reasonable, and I never expected something so reasonable to appear here. But okay, we can do that. Remove that silly passenger cabin for the moment. So many illegal things, and you can in principle make gigantic profits by trading something like luxury goods, you know. Because you can buy luxury goods for 1200-ish, you'd normally sell it for 1400, but here it's fetching double the normal price. Anyway, so I'm going to try this assassination mission. So there's a few things to be aware of. Rule number 1 of assassin missions: always save the mission. Always save before accepting, because these missions are just so buggy. Right. London Depot and the Epsilon Eridani system. So the slight issue here is I have to do this by the 5th of January, which means I've got 17 days of December and 22 days okay, well, that's enough to visit this system, I think. This is a touristy goal. Might as well pick this one off now. Eta Cassiopeia, the Federal Naval Base. So what's interesting about this system is has 3 planets, Faerman, Between and Trojan, on the same orbit. If I advance the simulated time, you can see actually this will work better in the other view. Advancing time, or see, all 3 of these things orbit the Sun in the same orbit at the same speed. That's because this one, Between, is like a very big gas giant, and the other 2 are reasonably nice habitable planets. They're in the Trojan points of like these smaller planets are in the Trojan points of the big one, which are the 2 stable positions created by the gravitational force of this big gas giant and this star. So this is theoretically possible, which should come as no surprise because David Braben's a huge astronomy nerd, and he wouldn't get this sort of thing wrong. You could have planets in the Trojan point of something suitably enormous, and theoretically they could have life on them. Angus Manwaring. Okay, let's get there. Always check the bulletin board. Sadly, there isn't much here. Oh yes, here's another obnoxious little detail. This is the naval base, and it doesn't sell military fuel. This is just painful. Like if you want to increase your rank in the federal military, often a good idea to go here, because it is a naval base. It generates a lot of missions. I mean, I say that it hasn't. The federal military hasn't shown up, but that's just a thing that happens or fails to happen from time to time. But it's immensely frustrating to build a ship which is built as a courier, which would normally mean military drive, and then go here looking for missions and then find that you can't leave because you can't buy fuel. And just to rub it in, the technology level of this system is pathetic. They wouldn't be able to remove even a class 1 military drive and put in a normal drive, so once you're stuck here in this system, you really would be stuck. The only way out would be to buy a new ship in the shipyard. So yeah, this is almost astronomically interesting, and kind of interesting as a naval base. As far as imports and exports are concerned, it's mostly a fairly typical agricultural planet. The main exceptions are exporting hand weapons, battle weapons, and luxury goods. I mean, these weapons, I think the idea is that they're, Navy surplus, and luxury goods because it's a rich planet, because the tourists like Navy souvenirs, I guess. Anyway, can I get here? Alright, yeah, that's a good intermediate stop. We're going to need 7 tons of fuel, and the rest luxury goods. And fuck me with a chainsaw. This is something that can happen. You could misjump, and just to rub it in, my drive has turned into 20 tons worth of trash. The big problem here is I'm basically in the middle of fucking nowhere, and I don't have a drive. So what can I do? Nothing! Time to reload. So I will be editing down attempt number 2 very heavily because it is so very similar to attempt number 1. So yeah, good thing I saved, right? Reload the game and re-accept the contract. That's always a good start. Select target, which will be Eta Cassiopeia again. And off we go. This is a safe system, so not going to get attacked, just pick somewhere to go. I think we all know who JF Kennedy was, right? Then next up is this loitering bunch of numbers system. Let's do that. Which, again, just get clear of the space station and hyperspace. And finally, get attacked. Okay, good start. Yeah. Okay. So where are we supposed to go again? London Depot. A long time ago I knew where that was. You know, I thought it was... Alright. That's not so bad. I thought it was a space station. It's actually like an underground starport. That'll do. Oh, 5059. I'm actually going to be late, which may be good. I'm going to launch at 12:50:59, so... Okay, that should be plenty of time. So the question now is... Target set to KG927. Okay, that's actually kind of good. Don't know where this guy's going. Now, the absolute worst case is he's going the absolute worst case is he's going to the starport. Like he's going to this space station. He doesn't appear to be, because if he was going there, I don't think I'd be able to catch him. On the other hand, he just seems to be going nowhere, which means I should have a reasonable chance of catching up to him. I mean, he does seem to be heading for the middle of nowhere. Radar mapper. Yeah, that's pretty typical and pretty nasty. This ship is a Panther. It's very tough. It has enough shields to be a pain, and it has an energy bomb. Now, there's absolutely nothing I can do about the energy bomb. The energy bomb is just a device which does a fixed amount of damage to any ships in the area. Fortunately for me, my shields will eat most of that damage, but not all of it. See, this ship I'm flying is still a little bit underpowered for assassinations. And one unfortunate thing about this is there is no autopilot cheat. If you're flying towards a planet or anywhere with a starport, you get the autopilot. You get a cheat when the autopilot's operating, which will magically shed all its velocity when you get close. When you're a pirate, you don't, which means you have to match both speed and velocity with your target. If you you have to match both speed and position. If you only match position, then you could maybe take one pot shot at them before you fly past. Fortunately, the autopilot is actually doing a decent job here. You just have to slow down time manually, because it'll just go nuts if you try to let the autopilot catch up at the fastest possible time acceleration. So it looks like this guy's going to New California. What if I advance time? That looks like the destination, and it looks like only barely going to catch him. But we'll see. There is one other advantage, which is slowing down time forces the other ship's autopilots, to be honest, as well. Yeah, I think I'm going to catch him. So I was too slow that time. Good job I saved the game, right? So, time for attempt number 3. Yeah, just bear with me while I load this file. So, this time I'm going to be picking a slightly different route, so hopefully I'll arrive on time. This time I'm going via the land 21185, which is south of Manenstar, and pretty close to the target. Especially fuel. Don't forget to actually accept the contract, that's kind of important. And off we go. Get clear of the space station. And hyperspace. So, this is normally a dangerous system, but for some reason I'm not getting attacked this time. Yeah, next up, Touristy. So launch, play with the new hyperspace cloud analyzer. That tells you where people have gone in hyperspace, and we'll be needing that. But for the moment, let this hyperspace away. Off we go to Dual Orbiter in Touristy. And this will be the final jump. Now jumping to the target system, Epsilon Eridani. There is one small problem here. I'm late. But I'm not having it this time. I'm just going to use the autopilot sheet to take a day or two off the journey time. And that should fix everything. Okay. With some dirty cheating, I do at least arrive on time. Now this could be an opportunity to, yeah. I had to stock up on fuel. But if they're selling them, I'll buy one more shield generator. Now I don't think I'm too early here. So I expect this to work. So this guy should be launching at 12:50:59. First of all, let's see. Should be able to see him on the map if that's what's happening. Just random scanner. Aha! Yep, there he is. Off he goes. Right. Now I have to give him a little bit of time. Clearance denied, traffic control busy, yep. Try again later. Guess I have to give him a head start then. Come on. Still, do launch at the right time, so. And to be fair, this is a big, very big and slow ship. Might take him a while to get outside of the range where traffic control needs to care about him. Okay. And what is that? That's a hyperspace cloud to Sirius. With a mass of 1775 tons, which is the mass of a Panther Clipper. So, I'm going to follow him. And if I look at my rear view, what I hope to see is, yes, that's mine, that's his, and my ship's considerably faster than his. I think it's about twice the speed, so I've just got to wait. He's due on the 11th of January at 14:23. Can't really do much about that. So, more waiting. $14.23 it is, okay. So there's going to be a slight problem here, which is that when someone pops out of hyperspace, they pop out with a velocity. So we just got to catch up with them now. Now there is a little piece of good news here, which is this guy doesn't know that I'm attacking him yet. At least I don't think so. Because of that, we're going to get some free shots, I think. Like the first few shots will be free until he figures it out. Why can't I hit this clown? So, it turns out that there is a problem with trying to kill people. Sometimes they fight back and kill you instead. So, let's try this again. Set target till I land to 1185. Stock up on some stuff. Launch. Get clear of the space station on hyperspace. Hyperspace? Why? Where's the icon? I forgot to buy fuel. Retry! So here we go again. Load file and stock up on stuff, and this time remember to take some fuel. And here we go on land 21185, and this time we're getting attacked, so enjoy the heavily edited fights. Okay, this guy's annoying. He gets me with a missile. I have an ECM which kills missiles, but you have to actually use it before the missile hits. Got it that time. Oh boy. And servicing 18 tons times 4 is like 360. I mean, I easily made more than that in bounties, so I'm happy. Didn't get any upgrade, did I? Nah. I forgot to take the fucking contract. Attempt number 5. Can't. Haha, yeah. it occurs to me, yes, this is a very good planet 26. I remove the class 3. I can fit a class 3 military drive. That means that, and actually, probably a good idea to save the game a second time. So 1250 on the 5th. Let's hope he launches. $12.50.59. Yep, we have a launch. And that looks like just to stop moving, which suggests that it is now a hyperspace exit cloud. Once again going to Sirius. Okay. And yes, so we must wait till the 11th. Yep, that's the trouble with these assassination missions. There's a lot of waiting involved. $14.23, right. Crap. That's not a huge problem. One very, very nice feature of this game is that if you're targeting a hyperspace exit cloud and something pops out of it, then the target automatically switches to the thing that just popped out. Anyway, autopilot will have zero difficulty catching up to this guy. Actually, we might fly past him. So, 8 shields and an energy bomb. That's going to be a pain. On top of that, this is a ship that carries 8 missiles, and it would be surprising if they weren't naval missiles, so this is going to be a tough fight, unless it isn't. Okay, he's blown off his load with the energy bomb. I should have bought more shields, actually. Target lost. Contract says done. Do I believe it? Well, let's see. Oh, and can I get to Vent Man and start in one jump? Yes, I can. Off I go. So, big question here is, will I succeed? I mean, I think I've done everything right here. Just because that says done, by the way, that means nothing. So, let's see. Haha! We've already heard your success and paid. So, what have we learned here? Well, assassination is possible, but it's also painful and annoying. There's a lot of things that can go wrong, and I didn't come close to showing them all. So if you arrive at the target place too early, then the target gets scared and they don't get on board the ship. I mean, that one's particularly annoying because the ship launches on time, you can kill it, and it says done in the contract page, but then you go back to get paid and you get told you failed. If you arrive too late, then the target may get away. That happened to me, of course. Also, the target may just fail to be present. I don't understand why that happens. It's probably just a bug. And the target may spontaneously explode while you're waiting for him to launch. Yes, really. That only happens in an open-air starport. And I think the reason is like bad collision detection with the ground, but I'm really just guessing. And sadly, if the ship explodes, well, not only do you not get paid for not killing it, the target's probably not on board yet. The other consideration is that you need a good ship. You need to be able to catch up with the target in hyperspace, so you need a larger hyperspace range than what you're going after. And if you're taking a lot of assassination contracts, you need a larger hyperspace range than anything reasonable. You also need to be fast in normal space as well as fast through hyperspace, so you kind of have to be flying one of the fighters rather than the gigantic freighters with pitiful acceleration. And even though you're flying a smaller ship, you have to be able to kill ships that are much bigger than you are. And that tends to mean we're looking for a ship that's kind of at the high end of the fighter range, something that will fit a Class 3 military drive and have a very good hyperspace range with it. But then the real question is, do you really want to? Assassination pays out something like 20,000 credits. That seems good, but it eats up your time. You have to do a lot of waiting. It forces you into bad trading routes, because you just have to be in a specific place at a specific time. That really constrains what you can trade, and also what other missions you can pick up. Like, sometimes you can see, like, sometimes it's just something like a package delivery mission that pays out 10,000. And often I find that I just can't do those if I've already accepted as an assassination contract. Like, I think Assassination pays out less money than you lose by not trading. So, from a purely economic perspective, it's a silly thing to do. Really, we're only doing this for fun, which I suppose is sufficient justification, because that's the only real reason to play computer games anyway. So, I hope that was fun, and see you next time.